Okay, hi. I'm Charlie Shaw. You're standing in the front yard of Shaw Sunshine Gardens. We're located just off Lumpkin Road on Lumpkin Park Drive, one block east of the intersection of Deansbridge Road. This summer we had a rather unique experience that they filmed some substantial portions of Clint Eastwood's new release, The Mule, here in the garden. The movie is based on a daylily hybridizer, and so they came to Augusta looking for a place that they could use that would reflect the farm or the garden of the noted hybridizer. And so they used us, took the garden over for a period of about 3 months, and filmed in here a total of 4 days. It was really a unique experience. They brought things to perfection and then proceeded forth to bring things to Armageddon. I mean, it looked like hell descended on earth here for a while. It really did. It was, the best of times, the worst of times, to kind of be cliche. It looked really great, and when it looked really bad, it was hurtful to the guy who, up until this transpired, was the only person who'd ever put any plants in the ground here. But once they were done, they brought it back as good as it was before. So we're really pleased with the experience that we had with the film, an opportunity that is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It just really doesn't come along to anybody everywhere, but to a very select few in a very limited quantity. The key things that you're going to see is you'll see that the front steps of the office, the front of the office. You'll see a shot back to the back of the garden, the greenhouse somewhat in the foreground. It shows up, interestingly, and you wouldn't think about it, but the neighbor's house across the street shows up really, probably, I won't say as much, but you can't mistake Katie and Devin's house, because it shows up in there very strongly. As they look across the front lawn, you actually are able to see over and see our house kind of in the distance for it as well. During filming, you'd probably notice in the movie, as we kind of pan back out across the garden, that the morning that they'll have the sprinklers running. They intentionally shot it in the morning. I'll take credit for that, because the garden is prettier in the morning than it is in the evening, before the sun has beat things down, and they were able to pick up the shadowing and pick up the sunlight coming through the sprinkler heads, rotating, and everything else. So that was really kind of one of the opening scenes in the garden, and you'll see that there for sure. The greenhouse kind of in some of the opening scenes as well. He's clipping a flower that he ultimately takes off to the daylily show, which was filmed over at the Doubletree. But you'll see him open inside there and working with a flower in there. The gate should be pretty clearly recognizable, because you'll see him in the movie peering over the gate into the property, and I was able to convince them to leave it behind, and it kind of reassembled it here, such that folks, when they come out, if they want to, they can buy a plant and get their picture taken behind the gate that Clint Eastwood stood in front of. So really kind of a neat, somewhat large souvenir of the movie.